Hey guys, welcome back to another music review. And today, yes, I got a music review coming for you today. It's a couple bands that I have listened to before. Actually, I think one of these bands was going to be at the Ozfest I was at when I originally went to Ozfest the very first time. It was either 2000 or 2001. Um, and um, they're not the greatest bands. I know one of these were, but today we're going to be talking about Depswa and Stereomud. So Depswa is the band that I think was there, but it's one of those bands where we never heard of them, and we heard them singing from afar, and we're like, yeah, we're not wasting our time walking all the way over there for that because it wasn't that great sounding. And even going back and listening to them, it really the album at the time when we seen them in 2001, when the album came out, because their first album did come out in 2000, 2003. So no, it wasn't even like no, that was like the third or fourth Ozfest I was been to. So it wasn't really a time, and the first album, even re-listening to it, it wasn't that great. Like there was nothing. There was maybe one song that was worthy, and I didn't even write it down because it still wasn't that great to be honest. Um, but the first album they had came out. Two Angels and a Dream was the first album that came out in 2003. Um, the vocalist Jeremy Pinnock. The name sounds familiar, and I didn't really do any more research into if he's in any other bands. Um, but the name sounds familiar. So if anybody knows if he's in another band, let me know. I didn't really go that far in the research. Maybe I'll do look it up and take it later on in the video. Um, but they did come out with an album in 2010, which 7 years apart. I don't know what happened. Unless there's another album in there Spotify just doesn't have. But they do that sometimes. They're weird like that. Spotify's weird. Um, and it's called Distorted American Dream. That actually, the title track of that the CD is actually a pretty decent track. And they also have two other songs on that CD on the 2010 album called Take It Back and 10 Kinds of Lonely. And those are really good songs. Those three songs, but when you go back and listen to the 2003 album, it's just like horrible. Like there may be like one or two songs on there that's okay, but this album is not the Distorted American Dream is not bad, but it's still average. It's not even average. It's just like they would have a hit single on the radio, and you would go see them live, but probably be disappointed because none of their songs, all their songs, seems like they're just not up to par. I'd be so pissed if I went and seen a concert with these guys because I don't think it would be that good because it just probably the songs, a lot of them, and I know some people say yeah they all sound like this. These bands sometimes that don't make it big, you can tell because most of their songs do sound alike and they think that these songs are really good and they try to reproduce it in other songs, but those songs aren't the ones that are good. And if you're a music fan, you should kind of know what songs are good. Listen back to it before you release it to the masses. Like, it doesn't make any sense how these bands release these songs and then they're surprised that they're not hits. If you're not yourself wanting to listen to the song over and over again, because it's so good, then you should know it sucks. And don't release a whole album that has all that crap on it. Doesn't seem like it's a very hard thing to figure out, but I don't know. Maybe somebody liked it or they were under pressure from the label to get it done. I have no idea. It just doesn't make no sense. But that's the first album. Would I recommend checking out Depth Swap? I don't know. Like, it's one of those bands where it's like, if you have some time, I would describe them as kind of like a hard rock with a southern vibe because they kind of got that. You kind of hear the southern vibe to them a little bit, but it's just in the voice. That's it. Like the vocalist can't hide it. It's just there. You can tell that he's probably from southern. If he's not, then I don't know where he's from because he sounds like a southern person, or whatever, when he sings. Anyway, the next band, really really good band. If you have not checked these people out, they're definitely worth checking out. And their name is Stereo Mud. Um, and I want to say that there's more albums because they only have two of them on Spotify. And the vocalist is Eric Rogers, and I did actually look him up, and I don't think he was in anything past this, unless Spotify's missing information, which they do. They always miss information sometimes. So He may be in something else now. He may still be going with Stereomud. It's not Gray, so maybe they're still doing something, or they just don't have all their albums on Spotify yet. That's sometimes what happens though is Spotify has stuff on there, and then once there's a popularity, once there's a certain amount of people listening to a certain band, I think they put more stuff of that on it. So Stereomud is definitely one to check out. Um, Basically, just a hard rock band with some good hooks, some great hooks on some of their songs. Um, for some reason, I always liked their 2001 release, Perfect Self. I have listened to the 2003 album called Every Given Moment, um, and I don't think I ever bought it because I think I was able to download or listen to online a few tracks, and it just didn't ever appeal to me. And even going back and listening to it, it's a pretty horrible album. Like it's not that great of an album. Um, Compared to Perfect Self, which had like 3 or 4 songs on there. I want to say Stepping Away is the second song I really, really liked. I forgot to write it down, but I think it's Stepping Away or Stepping Something is the other song I really, 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 really enjoy by them. The other one is Pain. Pain is really, really good. If you ever get a chance to listen to Stereo Mud, Pain, it's an incredible song. Like, and I'm surprised that one wasn't like a major hit on the radio and didn't get major play. But it seems like it was used for something, like a movie or something, because I remember hearing it somewhere, and I don't remember where I heard it. But Stereo Mode, Stereo Mode is definitely a band to check out if you've never heard them. Um, and they even look like they kind of look like Typo Negative in a way, and this is kind of weird. Like if you ever get a chance, check out what Stereo Mode looks like, and then go look at Typo Negative. Minus if Typo Negative got a haircut, this is what they would look like. Stereo Mode. And I'm not linking anything about the lead singer being, you know, gay or anything. Because I don't know if he is. He may be. I don't know. But I don't think so. I'm correlation of what they look like. That seems like what they kind of look like. They kind of look like if uh, Typo Negative got their haircut. Yeah. Anyway, but Depswa, Stereo Mud, definitely check them out. Um, Depswa, maybe not so much. But if you want to just check out a different band you haven't ever heard of, check them out. In the title and description, you'll see how their name is spelled. Depswa is kind of a weird one. I don't really know what that means. I didn't look it up. I don't really care because the band's is not that good. So, but yeah, definitely 2 good bands to check out. As always, keep on rocking and keep on listening to music. Later, guys, gals, lizards, horses, zebras watching out there. Bye.